Hello and welcome to assetyogi.com. This is Mukul, and in this quick video we will learn about allotment letter in real estate. I will also share some tips on how you can pay attention to certain clause details in the allotment letter and avoid expensive mistakes. So make sure that you watch the complete video. Alright, let's get started.
Have you ever booked a flat or a plot or a shop or an office in an under construction real estate project? If yes, then you must be familiar with the concept of allotment letter. And don't worry, even if you have not booked an under construction property so far, I am going to give you a complete context on allotment letter in this video. So by definition, an allotment letter is a document that details and confirms the property unit allotted to an applicant or allottee in an under construction or under development real estate project. For example, if you are allotted this flat B201 in this hypothetical building, then you would be given an allotment letter for this particular property. Similarly, suppose you have booked a plot which is plot number 123 in XYZ project, then you would be given a allotment letter for this particular plot number. Now, before we understand allotment letter in more detail, let us first understand the cycle of the property booking and the transfer of title. So, as soon as you book a property, you will give some token amount to the builder, token amount, or it can be called as booking amount. So for this, you will be given a booking receipt by the developer, booking receipt. Then he will give you some time to pay some amount, let's say 30 days to pay 10% of the amount. Then you will be given an allotment letter, that XYZ property has been booked in your name, allotment letter. Then after 60 days or 90 days, you will be signing a builder-buyer agreement, which will be much more detailed than the allotment letter. So this will specify all the terms and conditions during the development or construction of the project. Then finally, when you are offered a possession, then you are going to sign a sale deed or conveyance deed. Now this is the final document and this has to be registered at the registrar office, and you have to pay the stamp duty. So this is the real document by which title gets transferred. This is title entitlement document. Now allotment letter or builder buyer agreement, they are not title entitlement letters. So there is no title entitlement that is transferred to you based on these letters. So this has to be very clear legally. So what does allotment letter signify? See, allotment letter is basically a confirmation that you have booked a particular property, and it acts as a proof that you have booked that property. So in case of any dispute, you can go to the court that you have booked a particular property with the developer, and there are terms and conditions by which both developer and applicant are bound. So it is a legally binding document, but there is no title transfer because of this allotment letter. Now there is another reason why allotment letter is required. Suppose you have to apply for a bank loan. Then, so all banks will ask for the allotment letter before they can disburse the loan amount. So I think you understand the difference between allotment letter, builder buyer agreement and sale deed, and why allotment letter is required. Now let us see what all is contained in the allotment letter. First of all details of the property will be contained in the allotment letter, which means name and location of the project, where exactly it is located, Gurgaon or XYZ sector of Gurgaon, and what is the property name, basically the name of the project, and then the unit number, basically flat number or plot number or shop number. Then what is the area of the unit? Let's say if it's a 3 BHK, then probably 1500 square feet. All this will be mentioned. Then there will be layout of the particular property which will be attached. For example, for our hypothetical property B201, this is the layout which will be attached along with the allotment letter. Then specifications of the property will also be mentioned, whether RCC structure will be used for the walls, or brick walls will be there, or whether you are going to get modular kitchen, and whether what kind of tiles will be used, and what kind of electrical and sanitary fittings will be used. They may mention the brands also. Then payment plan will also be mentioned in the allotment letter. Broadly, there are 4 kinds of payment plans: down payment plan, construction linked plan, time linked plan, and subvention schemes. So in down payment plan, you pay 10 to 20% upfront, and balance you have to pay in 90 days. So that is broadly your down payment plan. And in construction plan, you will pay 10 to 20% at the time of booking, and balance is construction linked. So if the construction time is 36 months, you will be paying as per the time period assigned in the allotment letter, construction period. And then 5 to 10% you will be paying at the time of possession. So similar to construction linked plan, there is time linked plan in which you are going to pay 10 to 20% at the time of booking, plus balance will be time bound. It will not be construction linked. For example, you may be made to pay all the money in 24 months, whereas construction may take 48 months also. So I'm not getting into much detail about payment plans in this video. I will cover that in a future video. Then there is a popular scheme nowadays which is called subvention scheme, that you pay 30% upfront and balance 70% on possession. So all these details will be mentioned in the allotment letter. Then detailed terms and conditions will also be mentioned in the allotment letter, which will bind the developer and the applicant. Then there will be list of approvals and approved layout plan that will be attached as part of the allotment letter. Now these terms and conditions are very important, and you should be particularly careful when you are signing the dotted line. And that is the whole reason of making this video, that you should be aware of all the clauses in the allotment letter so that you don't make mistakes. So let us see what are the important clauses contained in the allotment letter. An allotment letter clearly states that you have checked all project details, layout, and the approvals, or any government notifications, zoning regulations, all circulars from the government. So it is not the responsibility of the builder, but your responsibility to check all the documents. Then the allotment letter also specifies that applicant is supposed to make on-time payment, whether you choose down payment plan or construction link plan or time bound plan. You are supposed to make all the payments on time, otherwise you will have to pay interest to the developer, and generally they charge interest at the rate of 18% per annum for any delays in the payment. Then allotment letter also specifies that there should be no escalation on the basic sale price. So if your allotment letter doesn't contain this clause, you must get it included from the developer, because you don't want to get your price increased after signing the allotment letter. So you don't want increase in prices, right? In price later on. Then allotment letter will say that you are supposed to pay all the taxes and government levies, and if it increases in future, you are supposed to bear any increase in tax or any government levy. For example, service tax was recently increased, so you will have to bear that risk of increase in any taxes or levies. Then allotment letter will specify the earnest money clause, which means 10 to 15% of the property cost will be taken as earnest money. So in case you cancel your property after signing the allotment letter, then 10 to 15% of the amount will be forfeited. Then allotment letter also specifies that applicant is agreeing to any alteration in layout or area of the unit or the unit number. As we have discussed earlier, that you don't get any title entitlement with the allotment letter. So the allotment letter will clearly specify that you don't get any title entitlement and developer remains the owner. Developer will remain the owner. You can get your title entitlement from the owner once you sign the conveyance deed or sale deed, not before that. And this also has to be registered at the registrar office. Then allotment letter will also specify the time period for possession. For example, he is going to say that he is going to deliver the project in 36 months plus 3 months grace period is taken generally, 3 months grace period. And if he doesn't deliver after this time, then he is going to pay a penalty. So the allotment letter will also specify the recourse in case of any delay or inability of the developer for offering possession. So in case of delay, as we have just discussed, he is going to pay a penalty. The developer is going to pay a penalty. For example, he will say that he is going to pay rupees 5 per square feet per month of delay. And if he is not able to offer possession for a particular reason, then he will say that he is going to refund the amount plus he will pay 6 to 9% interest per annum. Then the allotment letter also specifies that you cannot transfer your booking or allotment without prior approval from the developer. So he is going to collect some charges, as well as you also need a written approval from the developer. So you cannot transfer your booking or allotment, you cannot just sell it. You have to take approval from the developer. Then in case you have booked a plot with the developer, then you will be also given a time for the construction. So you cannot just sit on a plot, you will be given a time to construct your house. So you will be given 4 years to the construction, and this may be required by the government also. So you will have to construct your house during 4 years, and if you don't construct within that time, the developer again can take back the plot and he can sell it again. So that can also be specified in the allotment letter. Then allotment letter may also specify that developer can raise funds based on the receivables, basically the money he is going to get from you over 2 or 3 years of construction. Now another important thing to note here is, this may not be the part of the allotment letter, but you should know that once you sign the builder buyer agreement, which will be much more detailed than the allotment letter, then this agreement will supersede all terms and conditions of the allotment letter. Now why am I saying this? Suppose the developer has promised to deliver the project in 36 months from the date of signing the allotment letter. Alright. Now if you sign the builder buyer agreement after 1 year from the allotment letter, then again the builder buyer agreement will say 3 years from signing the builder buyer agreement. So you are going to lose 1 year and you cannot do anything about it. So you have to be very careful when you are signing these documents. I think you have understood what an allotment letter is and why it is required, and what are the important clauses that you should be aware of in the allotment letter. And I hope you can take better decisions now.
Thank you for watching this video. Hope you liked it. If you did, please like and share from below. If you want to suggest a topic for future videos, please write in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe because we are putting way more videos just like this. Don't forget, subscribe. You really don't want to miss out on our latest real estate and investing tips that we share every week. See you guys in next video.